Are you an e-commerce shop owner looking to get more sales from your Pinterest traffic in 2022? Well, if that's you, or you're an e-commerce shop owner and you are just looking at Pinterest for the first time, today's video, I'm gonna walk you through some of the tactics that we see work the best for our clients when coming about a Pinterest strategy. Now, right out of the gate, I want to preface this video by saying the people in my agency, the e-commerce shop owners who have had the greatest success with this platform, are not dropshippers. I'm not saying they cannot be successful on Pinterest with dropshipping. I'm just saying that my clients who have had the most success are not dropshippers. Now, the clients that have had the most success have created their products. They are the founder of the company or the product itself. They invented it and had someone make it, or they made it in their own backyard and then eventually grew into having a warehouse. And maybe they are drop shipping now, but when they created the product, they also created a brand. They understand why people want the product and how it's going to transform the lives of the customers that are buying it. So they're married to the product. They've done the market research and they just understand from start to finish why this product needs to be in the world. Those are the e-commerce shop owners that do see the most success within my agency on Pinterest. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you some tactics that we are using for our e-commerce shops in 2022. We do have a number of e-commerce shop owners, both in the digital and physical space, and we're using this same kind of tactic or like pinning flow for all of them right now. Now, it looks like 1 to 2, I'm gonna leave that up to you, 1 to 2 product pins per day in the queue. So 1 to 2 product pins that are linking 2 products in the store. Then 1 blog post pin per day. Now we're gonna talk more about creating content for your Pinterest marketing strategy a little later in this video, but yes, blog post content. Just because you're an e-commerce shop owner does not mean that you cannot benefit from blog content. It also does not mean that you have to write about your grandma's lasagna recipe in order to sell your store products. You are not going to blog as a business, you are blogging for your business. We'll get into more of that in a moment. You are creating anywhere from 2 to 3 idea pins per week. So where your queue might vary from 14 to 21 pins per week that are leading to your store, you're also, in addition to that, creating 2 to 3 idea pins per week that are creating value, showing people how to use your product, showing people how the product can transform their lives. So it's not cut and dry how you have to create your idea pins, but I am going to talk a bit about a content strategy and creating one for your business. So now that we've talked about the tactics that we use or the pinning schedule that we use in our e-commerce shop strategy, let's talk a little bit about getting more eyeballs on your content or your products. A lot of people actually come to Pinterest as an e-commerce shop seller and they only focus on people who are buying the product. They only focus on selling the product. And I think you are missing a huge opportunity to actually get more people in the top of that funnel, to shoot more people out the bottom. Now, you can't just go straight for the jugular every single time. People are not ready to buy as soon as they see your product, which is why we need to do a little bit of dating, okay? We need to do a little bit of schmoozing, not in a schemy way, not in a skeezy way, but we do need to entice them. We need to give them value. We have to give someone something before we can take, okay? Cannot introduce your product and immediately take their money. It doesn't work that way. So that's where we're going to talk about awareness content or creating content that provides value. Now, if you want to create a long-term business, a business that does not require you to constantly be running ads in order to be getting sales, a business that still generates money when you sleep, or when you go on vacation, or when you're on the toilet, or doing laundry, or going to pick up your kids, you need to be thinking about creating awareness content. This is where a lot of e-commerce sellers, especially dropshippers, completely miss the boat. The boat is leaving without you. Goodbye. Because you don't ever think about creating value for your customers. Why do people want to use your product? Why do people need your product? What are they searching for when they very first think that they have a problem and your product could be the solution? That's what I want you to get into the mindset of today after watching this video. I did a little bit of research because I want to make the case for creating awareness content. So I went out on the internet and I searched for average e-commerce conversion rates, and I found a blog post on HubSpot that detailed all these different industries. It was like 24 different industries. I'll link the blog post in the description or in the blog post for this video. One of them will have it. And it said that for fashion, accessories, and it said that for fashion, clothing, and accessories, the average industry conversion rate, meaning the number of people that actually purchased after seeing your product, was 1.01 to 1.41%. That's really low, right? 1% of people that see your product will ultimately end up buying. Now, some industry averages actually came out higher than that. It really depends on the niche, it depends on the time of the year, it depends on the location, the country. All of these different factors come into play when determining your conversion rate. But if we go by those standards and we actually look at some math, then let's say you had 10,000 people visit your website, 500 people bought. That would be a 5% conversion rate. But if we're going by these industry averages, then only 101 people would have purchased out of those 10,000. Now, how many sales do you need to get, or how many 10,000 groups of people do you need to get on your website to convert to be a living wage for you, to actually create income in a long-term sustainable business for you? So think about that. And now let's talk about creating awareness content, because that's where a lot of people are actually going to come from. So the more people that you can actually get into the top of the funnel, so if you think about a funnel, we'll put one on the screen. If you think about getting more people into the top of the funnel, then more people should come out of the bottom of the funnel, right? So this is where awareness content comes into play. So let's think about, we're gonna run through some examples. I've got two different industries that we're gonna run through some examples for. And both of these I have worked with, which is why I can speak to them. So the first one is a leather bag brand. If you sell leather bags and you wanted to create awareness content on your website and on Pinterest. So awareness content on Pinterest not only can be static pins or video pins that actually link to your website, but really what I'm talking about are idea pins, creating awareness content with your idea pins, and then linking your products in the form of product stickers in the idea pin itself. So let's say you're a leather bag brand. You make, manufacture, and sell leather bags of all kinds. You have backpacks, you have purses, you have the traveler bags, you've got like the super cute, manly, like messenger type bags. You have bags and you sell them, and there's a whole industry of people out there. There's a whole customer base out there looking for leather bags. Now, whether you sell vegan leather bags or real leather bags, whether you sell alligator, cow, I don't even know. There's all kinds of leather, right? Whatever the leather is, whatever that is, people want to know which one is best. So here are 5 examples of awareness type of content that if you're a leather bag salesman, you could create today. All right, I got them on my iPad. So how to choose a bag out of the series of bags that you sell. So how to choose the right bag for you or for your needs, fill in the blank. That's a couple pieces of content right there. How to care for the particular material, how to care for a leather bag. I don't even know what kind of leather we're talking about here. Let's just call it cow, okay? How to care for cowhide backpacks. How to store the said backpack when you're not using it. Should you store it away in some sort of cloth bag and hang it in your closet? Should you fold it flat and put it in an airtight container and store it under your bed? Like, how should you store it if you're not using it? Obviously, probably not in a sunny place in your house where there's lots of sun hitting it, right? How to organize the inside of the bag. Now, this is really, really good, even for men, but especially if you have a female audience, because we want to know how to not lose everything in the bottom of the bag. All right, so how to organize inside the bag. Now, the last one is how to travel with said bag. How to pack, packing lists. How do you, not only how do you organize it, but do you carry it on? Is this a carry-on bag? Is this the best leather carry-on backpack for adventurers? You know, are these backpacks that you sell for backpackers to travel across Europe with? You can see where I'm coming from. This is the content that people are looking for in order to ultimately purchase your product. So when we back up and we look at the pinning flow of 2 product pins per day and 1 blog post pin per day, none of that really matters, right? You could pin 7 blog posts per day. What really matters is the quality of the content and the value you're giving to your audience. Because ultimately, someone might know that they want a leather backpack, but they may not know that they want that backpack. They may want to look at other brands. So you may need to do comparison kinds of content between you and your competitors. You may need to do review blog posts where you review the backpack and all the features, or the messenger bag, where you show people exactly how to use that bag versus this bag. So ultimately, those are the things that are going to sell for you. Now, I want you to remember that awareness content doesn't have to be exactly about the product that you sell. So it doesn't have to all be about the bags. It can also be about the situations people are in, which lead them to the product. So the next 3 examples I have are with a skincare and beauty company. I did their Pinterest marketing for about 2 years, and we did a mix of different kinds of content for them. Now, this was before the rise of idea pins, so everything we did for that brand was in static pins. However, static pins can also be idea pins now. You can turn awareness content into idea pins. The next 3 examples: how to choose skincare products depending on your geography. So here in the United States, if you have super oily skin, what you need in the Southwest where I live is probably going to be different than what you need in the Northeast where my friend Katie lives, right? It's probably also going to be different depending on what country you live, or if you're closer to the equator, or closer to the North Pole, right? So how to choose your skincare products based on geography. It's a really good example of awareness content. Number 2, skincare problem versus skincare problem, or product versus product for skincare problem, right? That's 2 more examples. Last example, how to find the best skincare product for problem. How to find the best, face lotion for eczema. This whole video was making the case for creating more awareness content and getting you in the frame of mind for using awareness content as a tactic in your business to get more traffic and sales. I don't want you to be totally freaked out by creating awareness content or blog content for your business. That is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video was to help you, give you some insights into what I find to be the most successful for Pinterest marketing strategies for our clients. The most successful Pinterest marketing strategies for our e-commerce clients are ones that include blog content. They also include creating awareness content for idea pins. So no matter how many pins you put in your queue per day, it does not matter. You could do 1 a day, you could do 7 a day, it doesn't matter. What I care about is the value that you're bringing to your customers and the inspiration that you're giving them to lead them to purchase. Because it's not just about presenting them with a product and saying, hey, do you want it? Because most times, 9 times out of 10, I would probably dare to guess they're gonna say no, I don't want it. Because chances are they already have a brand that they like, that they'd rather stick to. So you have to make the case as to why your product is better than theirs. And in a lot of cases, awareness content can help you bring people from awareness to consideration to purchase in that buyer journey. Too many people just completely skip over the buyer journey, and I don't want you to be one of them. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave me a comment, and let me know what kind of content you plan on creating in your e-commerce store. And I will see you next time. Head on over here and watch these Pinterest marketing strategy videos for your next steps.